to me, you got it like it. It's to me, I don't know what you do. It's to me, you got it like it. It's to me, I don't know what
Man, he's so perfect in every way. Sometimes I wonder how can someone be so good in everything. I wish I could have that much strength to go and propose him. You fixed your glasses while munching on snacks. She gave you a disgusting look while hitting your arm lightly. There's no use of discussing all these things with you. You're just useless in this matter. What do you want me to say, huh? Everyone knows he's perfect. Then what would you do in this? If you like him so much, then go and try your luck. She shook her head, giving up on you, and again looked at the group of boys playing basketball. The whole team is filled with good looking, popular guys, but the main lead is school's bad boy John Jungkook. Every girl drools over him, but he doesn't even give them air. She cupped her face. Who would be that lucky girl who'll get his attention? I'm already jealous. She'll get to touch his sexy abs and what I'm even thinking. She said, messing her hair while you laughed. Definitely not you. She glared at you while you laughed more. You are such a monster. You laughed. Suddenly, the basketball fled to where you were sitting and dropped just an inch away from where you were sitting. Oh, are you okay, Ryan? You nodded and picked the ball while Hyunjin came near you. I'm sorry, are you okay? I would not if it dropped a bit ahead. I'm sorry, he said, scratching the back of his neck. Yeah, can't you be a little careful? He said, coming where you three were standing. It was a mistake. Thankfully, she didn't get hurt. You gave him his ball. Be careful from next time. Hyunjin nodded. Stop the match. We are not playing anymore. He took the ball from his hand and left from there while you and Nancy looked at each other talking in your sign language. He really thinks of him, boss of us. He also walked away from there while Nancy came near you. How cool! Did you see his power? How easily he stopped the match? But is it because of you? He decided not to play? Who knows? You shrugged your shoulder and walked away from there smiling because you really liked teasing her while she followed you. Hell no, keep on dreaming because he doesn't pay attention to girls like us. You smiled on your own and walked away. Ryan, can you please tell me how you do this question? Yeah, sure. You were explaining him when Jungkook came in the class and passed between you two. Side please. You both were standing a bit close, so he intentionally walked between you to making both of you step back to opposite sides. Relax, dude. Jungkook stopped and looked at him. He noticed his notebook in your hands and then again shifted his eyes on Ryle. You are the topper of this class. Still, you can't solve your problems by yourself, huh? He took the notebook from your hands and gave it to him. Yeah, what are you doing? He looked at you. He's just trying to waste your time so that you can't score better than him like you did last time. You looked at Ryle while he shook his head. Why don't you do your work, dude? He grabbed his shoulders, making him flinch and smile. I'm already doing my work, but you should also do your work by yourself. It's a healthy advice from me. Ryle, I'll explain you later. You sat on your chair while Ryle also went back to his seat while giving Jungkook disgusting look. He has crush on you and whenever he tried to approach you, Jungkook always come in middle. It's like his eyes always remains on you as any guy try to talk to you, he threaten him indirectly. After school, you were putting your stuff inside the locker when Jungkook also came there, and because his locker was also besides yours, so he opened it so that if he talked to you, no one will notice. Don't you think you are doing too much these days? I'm fulfilling my other duty too, which you always forget to keep in mind. You closed your locker and looked at him. Acha. And what about when those girls try to flirt with you? Do I say anything to you? That's completely your fault that you don't care, and you also know I don't eye on any other girl, so there's nothing to say about. You rolled your eyes. Don't try to be clean, okay? I don't need to, I know I am. YN. She came near you while you and Jungkook quickly looked away from each other. Jungkook pretended to look for something in the locker while you looked at Nancy, who came near you and smiled. She took a look of Jungkook and then looked back at you. What are you doing here? I have to keep some stuff in locker. She nodded. Jungkook locked his locker and walked away while you noticed Nancy looking at him. Shall we go? She looked at you and nodded. Let's go. You dropped yourself on the couch as soon as you reached home. Oh god, it was such a tiring day. Now I don't have energy to climb those stairs to go in my room. Jungkook smiled and dropped his bag on the couch. He came to you and suddenly picked you up, making your eyes widen. Hey, what is that? He smiled. If my wife is tired to go in her room, then it's my duty to bring her there. He laughed a little while walking towards your room. Thank you, Mr. Husband. He made you sit on the bed and straightened up. Is it okay now? You smiled cutely and nodded. Thanks, Yobo. He was going somewhere but stopped when you called him Yobo. A grin appeared on his face as he walked back at you before hovering over you. Your cheeks turned red. Yeah, what are you doing? He wasn't stopping and leaning closer and closer to you while you put your hand on his chest. What's wrong with you? Do you think I would let it go with a simple thanks? No, baby, this man needs more than that. Don't you think you are flirting too much these days? There's nothing wrong in flirting with your own wife. Oh, then why in school you never dared to even talk to me? You are the one who told me not to do. If they get to know about this, no one would even dare to come near you. You'll become the most famous and untouchable cause you're my wife. Yeah, stop bragging. I know how famous you are. Do you still have a doubt? No, and now get off from me. You were about to push him, but then you both heard a knock on the door, and when you looked towards it, Mrs. John was standing there with your eyes widened. You quickly pushed Jungkook and you both sat properly. She felt bad for making you guys embarrassed, but it was not intentional as she only came to call you for dinner, but the door was already opened. Dinner is ready. Come downstairs and also try to close the door, okay? She quickly left from there while your face turned red in embarrassment. Are you happy now? Jungkook looked at you confused while you turned your back towards him and left. He got up and shook his head. What was that for? It's really the most difficult task to understand women. Please, Jungkook, please accept this. I've specially made it for you. You all were coming back from PE class and then this scene started. Half of your class stayed there to see what's happening as Maya, the so-called popular girl of the school, came to Jungkook and was pleading in front of Jungkook to accept his gift. No one is interested here. You can step aside from our way. She looked at him annoyingly. I'm not asking you so you can leave. No one cares. Yeah, don't you think you're too much, huh? He was about to come to her, but Jungkook stopped him. Hyunjin looked at him as he shook his head and then turned his head to Maya. You can ask someone else. I'm not interested. He walked away from there, followed by his group, as Hyunjin rolled his eyes towards her. Maya clenched her jaws and stomped her foot. Guys, you know what just happened? She came excitedly coming inside the classroom, grabbing the attention of other students who were present there. You and Ryle were sitting together discussing about some project that your class teacher has asked you to do. What is it? They all looked at her curiously. Maya tried to confess Jungkook. You were not paying attention, but this didn't help. You also looked at her. No way. It's true. And guess what? She paused, making everyone dying of curiosity. What? Just tell us. She's a popular girl. I don't think Jungkook would reject her. No, you're wrong, because he did. This made you let out a deep breath as Ryle looked at you as he was trying to read your expressions. Although you know Jungkook would never put himself in this stuff and he has no interest, but as a wife, sometimes you get possessive. Jungkook came inside the classroom with his gang and his eyes directly fell on you and Ryle sitting together. He sighed and walked near both of you before looking at Ryle. Why do I always see you here whenever I enter in class? Don't you have any other work? That's none of your business, dude. He scoffed and put his hand over his shoulder. You are literally in my business, dude. Get your stuff and leave from here. Jungkook, we are doing some work. He looked at you. Then do na, I'm not stopping you. He looked a little mad while the whole class was looking at all this amusingly. You both don't talk much. In fact, you are that silent, studious girl who always study and doesn't have much friends. Whereas Jungkook is totally opposite. He's good in studies, but he doesn't pay much attention. He has that popular bad boy image in school from the start, even before you guys got married. He looked at Ryle while giving him his stuff. It can be done from a little distance. I'm telling you nicely this time, but it won't happen next time if I see you here. Teacher came inside the class and everyone went back to their seats. After the last bell, only few students left inside the class and they also left one by one, and now only you and Jungkook were there. You told Nancy that you have some work in school so you'll stay. That's why she left with her other friends. You got up and walked near Jungkook's seat. He grabbed his bag and turned his face to the other side while grabbing his bike keys. Are you mad at me? I'm sorry, Jungkook. Please look at me. You try to make him look at you by grabbing his hand. How many times do I have to tell you to stay away from him? He didn't tell about our relationship to anyone doesn't mean you'll let other guys come near you. Why do I have to take care of these things always? He was looking seriously mad. What do I do when he always asks me and we only talk about studies? You know that I don't have any interest in any of these boys. My husband is the most popular guy of this school. Why do I look at other guys? He tried to control his smile because he wanted to still look mad. I don't care. I still feel jealous, so you better be careful from next time. He chuckled and nodded. Okay, okay, I would keep this in mind. Now, shall we go home? Today, I'll give you the best ride. He held your hand in his. But if you drive too fast, I'll tell mom. So you better watch your speed, okay? Stop behaving like an annoying sister. You hit his back while he laughed. Jungkook pulled you more closer, snuggling his face in the crook of your neck. He lifted up his head and a smile appeared on his face when he looked at you sound sleeping. He kissed your head and again lowered his head. Whatever was the reason, however you got married, but you both are happy. You know each other since childhood and now you are married. It was a hurry, but your parents are supportive and they still take care of you. They still have to teach you a lot because it's their responsibility to teach you right things about relationship. Jungkook flinched a little when you turned to his side and hugged him like a teddy bear, putting your leg over him and wrapped your arms around him. He sighed because there's nothing he can do when his wife is used to sleep like this, and maybe he has to bear it till the end. Wait, I didn't tie my shoelaces. You sat on the stair while Jungkook came near. We are already late, only 1 minute. He sat on his toes. Move your hand, I'll tie. He started to tie your shoelaces while you smiled. Done, now let's go. You both caught up. All students were looking at you surprised when they saw you getting off from Jungkook's bike. You simply gave him the helmet and walked towards your classroom as you were already ready to become the hot topic of school gossips. Jungkook also walked towards classroom ignoring their eyes. Yeah, what was that? Is something going on between you two? You rolled your eyes as both of you were walking towards your classroom. There's nothing like that. Stop lying to me now and spill the truth. If nothing is going on, then how you both come together to school? I was late, so I just asked him for lift. That's it. She squinted her eyes. Are you sure? You nodded. In lunchtime, everyone gathered in cafeteria, and to everyone's surprise, for the first time, Jungkook and his group was also there. When they never come here. Today, you were also confused with his behavior, but you let it go. There's something going on, Ryan. See, he's here too. I think he has started liking you. What do you think? Really? That means I'll become popular also if he proposed me. You said, laughing a little. I'm serious, stupid. And see, he's looking here time to time. Now I'm pretty sure he has his eyes on you. You also looked towards Jungkook, but that time he was busy in talking with his friends. The whole cafeteria was noisy with whispers. Soon Jungkook got up from his place and grabbed everyone's attention. Today I have something to say to you all. You were now completely confused with his behavior. His group started to make noises and chanting your name. You were feeling so shy as you covered your mouth. We want to hear yes, please say yes, say yes. All of them were chanting it in union. Yeah, what are you waiting for? Say yes. You covered your mouth and nodded. Jungkook got up and hugged you, making most of the girls angry out of jealousy while some were happy for you.